to my channel. So today I am doing a mermaid themed inspired look for Halloween. For those of you that are interested in doing this look and seeing how I managed to create it, please just keep on watching. So guys, I'm going to link all the products I've used below just so that everything's there in place, but to start off the tutorial I'm using some sequin punch to add texture to my forehead and applying some eyeshadow. Now I found it really hard to actually attach this to my head without it slipping. I ended up using a hair grip, but the mask stuff that I used to try and hold it on didn't really work very well. Anyway, so I've gone in with the Makeup Revolution Mermaids and Unicorns palette, and I've just started stippling the colour to my head, layering up different colours in different areas to give different effects is really an effective way to add texture and to build shadow. So I went in with purple as my base colour and then built up greens and blues around the edge of my forehead to give shape and contour. It worked really well, as you'll see later. I'm really impressed with how effective this was. I have seen people do similar with net tights and things like that, but I found that using this sort of stencil worked amazingly and was really effective. So I'm just building up, as I said, little areas of different colour, so it kind of fades, so it's lighter at the bottom than it is at the top. And I'm using different sort of mermaidy colours from the palette. The palette was actually in my glossy box this month, so there was lots of kind of unicorn themed colours in it, and I'll link the descriptions of that below and the video of where you can see me unboxing it. So I then felt that it needed an extra little pop, so I took my Jura's Place palette and have applied some of the shimmer just over the top and pressed that into a few areas just to give it a little bit of an extra oomph, which I felt that the palette was lacking. And the result is absolutely fantastic. I really love the effect that it's given. So then I want to basically just tie my hair up and move it all out the way a little bit so I can start going in with the side of my face and contouring out more of that sort of scale effect. So I've found a new area on the punch out and have literally just done the same again, building up some different layers of colour this time. So I've started off with a green, gone in then with some sort of more bluey and purple colours, and then finished off with a pink. I felt the colourway on the contours was a little bit sort of more greeny, and then the one on my head was a little bit more bluey, and it just meant that you could kind of show off the different colours that you could do and the different ways that you could build those effects. It's a really pretty way of giving yourself something a little bit different. So I'm just going to repeat that process on the other side of my face, and obviously exactly the same again, building up those different colours, layering them to give texture and dimension. And then going in again with my Jura's Place palette over the top and pressing in that extra pigment. The Jura's Place palette is actually amazing, such a good palette. The pink, however, did stain my skin a little bit, so just be really careful if you do decide to do that with the palette. So at this point I felt like I needed to bring some more colour onto the rest of my face, so I went in with my NYX Jumbo pencil in Milk and coloured in my eyebrows. This is a tip that I picked up from my colleague Lucy, who is also an amazing YouTuber. I will link her channel above. and just use the pencil to kind of whiten out my eyes, eyeshadow, and add eyeshadow to my eyebrows so that it is more prominent. So I've then just gone in with the same palette again, the Makeup Revolution one, and added some blue to my eyebrows using a small fluffy brush. I'm just using my Tarte palette as a mirror, so I could kind of see what I was doing, because I had the mirror quite far away. There we go. Okay, I'm then taking some more colours from the same palette and I'm going to build up my eye look. So I'm just going to go in and use a blue base on the bottom of my eye, and then I'm going to start winging that out. This eyeshadow was really dodgy. I didn't think very much of it as an eyeshadow to be used on the eyes. I felt that it was quite translucent, and it, although was buildable, it wasn't something that I really had time to do tonight. So then I've gone in with the purple and I've just put that through my crease and blended it out towards the top of my eyebrows, and I want this to be quite dramatic and quite fun and almost like a wash of colour over my eyes. So as I said, I'm just going to blend that out and flick it out slightly just to make it very dramatic and bold. It's a really pretty purple colour. I did like the purple in this palette, and I liked all the colours in this palette. They just, I felt like there was something missing from them. They were a little bit weak. Okay, so I've done the two colours. I'm then going to go in and just give that a little bit more dimension and depth and bring that round to the bottom eyelash of my eyes, and I'm going to use a sort of more greeny colour on the bottom just to give a little bit of contrast. I'm then going in with the Dura's Place palette and just applying some of that shimmer that I pressed on earlier to the lids of my eyes. Not quite giving a cut crease, but just kind of giving it a little bit of an extra punch of colour so that it looks a little bit brighter, which is kind of more the colour that I really wanted on the eyes anyway in the first place. It's just a little bit more dramatic. And then just going in with the darker colour from the Dura's Place palette and blending that into my crease as well, just to kind of mush everything together a little bit. Blendy, blendy, blendy. It actually started to look really pretty and really came together at this point. And then just went in with the green and ran that along my lower lash line as well, just because the one from the Makeup Revolution palette just didn't really show up at all. I then took a Get Lippy kit which I picked up from Primark. This was £3 and this is the Unicorn Get Lippy. It comes with a lip pencil which is like in a slightly mauvey colour. This was really hard. It was a really hard lip pencil, but it's meant to give you a sort of holographic lip. So I applied that as a base and it was really hard to get it out. I had to press quite hard to get the pencil to work. Once I had managed to do that, I came with a lip topper. The lip topper is a bit like a gloss and it's quite shimmery, but it tasted really nice. It had a really nice smell to it and it smelled like sweets, so it was nice to use. I'm then going to leave this for a little while just to kind of settle. It also has a glitter with it, which I'm going to use later on. So, talking of glitter, I'm going to see what else we have. I'm just going to apply some of this liquid highlighter over the top of my cheekbones. I wasn't a big fan, I didn't really like the effect, and tried to blend it out a little bit, but yeah, I wasn't a big fan of that, so I scrapped that idea and went in with my Jeffree Star and pressed that in over the top, which was much more dramatic. I then went along all the high points of my face and added a little bit of that beautiful silver shimmer that you get from Jeffree's Skin Frost, just to give myself a little bit more of a mermaid vibe. And now it's time for glitter. Now, I knew the glitter was going to take quite a long time to apply because I wanted a little bit more precision, so I do start showing you how to apply it, but obviously it's down to personal preference how much and where you apply glitter. I've used an aloe vera gel to apply it, so it's nice and natural and I'm not sticking glue all over my face, and just kind of pressing on some larger sequins to give a second type of texture to my face. I've linked below where you can pick up these glitters as well. It was from eBay and they were super dead cheap and really effective and pretty, as you will see when I basically come back in a couple of minutes. There you go. So I've applied lots of different textures and glitters. You could obviously build this up more if you wanted to, but I decided enough was enough. I'm then going in and just buffing some colour into my neck and almost sort of contouring it slightly, just so that the top of my face blends in a little bit more with the bottom and that it doesn't look too separate. You could almost, you know, sort of draw bigger bits of texture onto your face, onto your neck, sorry, and add glitter and dimension and things like that if you wanted to. But for me, this was enough because of the type of dress that I'm going to be wearing later on, although you guys don't get to see that. Okay, and here is the finished look. So I've applied some extra long lashes, topped my lips with glitter, and added an amazing wig, which I will link the details of below. This is the finished look. It is super pretty. It's almost like an anime mermaid style, I think. Really cute and playful and fun. But at the same time, you know, you could use it for Halloween if you wanted to. This is the look that I am going with for my Halloween party that I've got to get ready for in about 2 hours. But I wanted to share it with you before I was off. So guys, I hope you are all having an amazing Halloween yourself and enjoy yourself this Halloween. Take care and I'll see you all later. Bye!